Hello again, and welcome to my creative African cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa. Miawe Zulu, Ndudu by Fafa, Nya, Koba Ndudu and Yukwelu, Fafa, come on, Ndudu, Nablo Fafa, Alaba flavors are Ulema Bala, Ndudu Vivi, Famitu, hey, Abonka. Hello beautiful ones, I'm definitely going to show you how to cook your broccoli perfectly. And not only just that, we're going to make some stir fry. And of course I'm taking the stalks off, as you can see, because I just need the florets. But I'm not going to throw the stalks away. I'll be using it for soup, or definitely stock, which we use for the soup. Yeah. Why am I confusing myself? Anyway, I've also got some amazing oyster mushrooms that I got from my local grocer. I'll be adding the bad girl to it. In the absence of your oyster mushrooms, you can use chestnut mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, or even try shiitake mushrooms, which will be incredible anyway. So here I've got my ginger. I've washed it and I've kept the skin on, and I'm just slicing it in the julienne form, as you can tell. Now for that speck of color and also that residual heat, I'm using some red chilies that I'm thinly slicing, as you can tell. Now, when it comes to food, I like it to be colorful. So of course, I've added 2 green chilies as well. Now, this is optional. You can reduce the amount of chilies that you use for this dish. Now, please ensure you do take all necessary precautions when you're dealing with any sharp object. Now, of course, I'm slicing my onions and also my garlic pieces into these beautiful slivers. So in my clay pot, I've brought some water to the boil and it's just simmering perfectly. It's on a medium to high heat. And I have got my steamer. I got this from Amazon that I've placed in the pot. I've washed my broccoli. I washed it twice to make sure there was nothing else in. And now I'm just dropping that in the clay pot, covering it with its lid to trap that steam in. And this is going to cook for about 3 minutes, nothing more, nothing less, whilst I cut my oyster mushrooms into big chunks, may I say, because oyster mushrooms are delicate, which means that it doesn't take long to cook. Now, after 2 minutes, I was just checking my broccoli and I could tell that it's cooking perfectly, but this needs cooking further. So I'm rearranging the florets, as you can tell, and I've only got about a minute of this to cook. So I did cover it, and for that extra minutes that I cooked it, I took the lid off, and look at this. It's beautiful. It's maintained its color. It's just incredible. Now, using the same pot, I've discarded that water, and here I'm adding some sesame oil. Now, I love broccoli stir fried in sesame oil. Now the next thing is I've added my ginger slices, onions, and some of the chilies. So half of the red chili and as well as the green chili. And I'm just going to fry this gently for about 2 to 3 minutes, just to allow the marriage of flavors, just for, that je ne sais quoi thing to happen. And what I love about this recipe is you can taste every single ingredient that's been added into this dish. And I think at this point, this is ready for me to do some more shenanigans. What say you? Have I given you that reason to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet? And if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I've added my oyster mushrooms and I'm stir frying this. This I'm just going to allow to stir fry for another minute. I bet you thought I'd forgotten about the garlic pieces? Of course not. I'm adding the pieces now because the perfect time. I don't want it to burn. I want that garlicky flavor to infuse into the ingredients that are in the pot now. And I want it to hold its shape. And also, as time goes on, of course, with me cooking it further, it makes it sweeter. Now I need to add my salt to taste at this point. And thankfully, I did film that as well. Hey, 2020, we're filming the salting process. So this is ready for me to now add my broccoli florets, may I say, yes. And what I love about the clay pot is you can just tell that the smokiness is coming through, which is actually infusing into the dish. I'm adding my broccoli pieces, as you can tell, and I'm just going to mix everything together till it's well combined. So I've only got a minute of this to just cook and just allow the flavors to go through. Now, at this point, if you're using your clay pot, you need to turn the heat off. Reason is the clay pot maintains this heat for another 10 minutes, and you don't want to overcook anything. Now I'm adding the remaining part of my chilies and also just drizzled a little bit of water in there just to create that moisture and just to allow everything to just cook perfectly. And here we have it. Look at that. At this point, I need to transfer this from the pot into a bowl, which is exactly what I've done. And I'm just sprinkling it with some sesame seeds. Of course, I use the sesame oil to stir fry this bad girl. Look at the onion. Look how green that broccoli is, and you can tell that it's nice and crunchy. I enjoyed this. Thank you very much for everyone that voted for this recipe, which is indicative of what people prefer. Seems you guys indirectly are telling me you need some more healthier dishes. If so, leave your comments below. Now look at that. Open your mouth. Look at that ginger there. Look at the oyster mushroom. Look at that broccoli. You're putting that in your mouth. The flavors alone, the crunchiness, this is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, please do so. And do share the video with your family and friends. Naturally, I'd leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter as Ndudu by Fafa, so do pass by and say hi. Norel, thank you very much for my theme song. I love it. And to my loyal subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for holding me down. I appreciate each and every one of you. Sending you all the positive vibes and God's blessings and everything that you set your heart to do. Until my next experience with you, take care of you. Be nice, be beautiful, and be kind. And guess what? I love you for you. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.